Good morning, people of the grid. It is day 3, I guess, really, of our travel back home from our Disneyland vacation. We've got the Tesla fully charged up. I've got the air conditioning running. It's still plugged into the high performance wall charger, the destination charger that they have here at the Marriott. So we're at 100% and we're going to sit into a nice, cool vehicle. The view from the back of the hotel here, beautiful. So we had an awesome sleep. What is it? It's looking like we're probably going to hit the road around 11:30, so we'll be home 8 p.m.-ish, 7 p.m.-ish, depending on our stops. Not bad. It's going to be a good day. That sleep, though, that was awesome. It was truly awesome.
Done in the pool, Sam?
We got back from the pool. We had a nice swim and a hot tub, and while we were down there, Melissa came up with a hashtag van life song for our van life trip. Let's hear it.
So it starts like this. Bye bye breakfast bar, I've eaten you in the car. And me and Sam are thinking up more lyrics.
It's a work in progress. Well, lucky for you, we'll have lots of more van life days, so you can finish it. Well, that's about all that you see for scenery from Montana all the way up to Sweetgrass and the Canadian border. Just nothing but fields and open wilderness. It was a nice drive. We're here now at the mega lineup to cross the border back into Canada.
Yep.
Probably take us, I don't know, half hour or so here. We'll see. And then we're on the little drive over to Lethbridge where we charge up a touch. Then over to Fort Macleod where we charge up at the supercharger. And then home. Yep.
We have 5% remaining so far. Had to slow down a bit.
Yeah, we're down to 5%. Car said slow down a bit if you want to make it. So I did. And we made it. Or we're going to make it.
That hotel is in a perfect spot.
That hotel is in a perfect spot. The Marriott Suites at Great Falls, Montana. Awesome location. Nice hotel.
Nice hotel, yeah.
All right, so we crossed the border. That went well. You know who should run border crossings? The same people that manage the ferry terminals. You know, when they line up all those vehicles to get on ferries, they do a job really efficiently. This one was efficient too, but everybody lined up in 2 lines, and it turned in there was only 1 line that was feeding 3 kiosks, which is great because that's the right way to do it. 1 line feeding multiple service counters. But they should have had us organized way back.
Yeah, but how far back?
Because then, well, probably...
The problem is...
Then you got people cutting in and...
But this is a busy day. 99% of the time.
It's always busy.
Look at how busy it was when we came down.
Still was
pretty
busy.
Much us. No.
And it was
this
good.
Is the really busy
it took like 45 minutes.
For the most time.
45, 50 minutes to get through there. So, anyways, we're here. We're in Canada. Welcome back to Canada, everyone. Hey.
We're back in kilometers.
And we're back in kilometers, and now we're heading to the PV Mart charger, which is a Sun Country charger located at PV Mart in Lethbridge, Alberta.
I was hoping we could make it to Fort Macleod and get to the
it's not going to happen.
Charger, but
and I was driving very conservatively. I actually have to go a little bit under to make it.
Yeah. So
we'll make it. It's just going to take an extra 15 minutes to a half hour. No big deal, considering...
I'm sure these guys wouldn't mind having an ice cream or something.
Sure. I wouldn't mind an ice cream.
Oh, Tim Hortons.
That's right, we made it to Lethbridge. We're charging now. That was kind of close. I managed it quite tightly when the car said to slow down and to whatever, if it said slow down to, you know, below 100. I would do 99 or 98. If it said slow down to 105, I would do 103. So I just did exactly what the car said, and it got us here, which I believe it always will. It was a bit of a pain to drive slightly under the speed limit, but hey, I was wondering why that was, because I remember when we went down, we never had this issue. In fact, I was so excited to get into Montana with the speeds of 80 miles per hour. I didn't do 80 miles per hour coming back. And I believe the reason is the wind. See, when we went down, I didn't even bother to check the wind, but we had a tailwind. That helped. Coming back, we had a headwind. So just before we got here, I'm like, what is the wind at? And it's at 20 kilometers per hour. So when you're driving into the wind, that reduces your efficiency, and that's what happened. Still got here just fine. We charged to 100% before we left the hotel, and we made it here with whatever it was, 5% or 4% remaining. So this is a good buffer. We want to go to Ito to get some food. We're not going to be parked here long anyways, because I want to have just enough range to get over to the supercharger where we get to charge fast. Well, that's it. Our quick pit stop at the PV Mart and bite over at Ito.
Thanks, PV Mart.
Thanks, PV Mart, for the charge and Sun Country.
Yeah.
And now we've got plenty of range to make it to the supercharger at Fort McLeod, and we'll probably be there for about 30-40 minutes, which will give us more than enough range to get home and call this road trip done. You know, I was thinking on this drive, a lot of people are going to watch this and watch the other at Disneyland trip that we did in the Model S when we went from Calgary, and that was actually a longer route. They're going to think, that's crazy, that's such a long road trip. And in a sense it is, but I think in North America anyway, we sort of lost the sense of the road trip. Like, now it's all about gotta get there, and the movie Cars shows it really well, because in the movie Cars, the entire parts of Route 66, small towns, have died away. They've become ghost towns, because now we've built these super freeways and super highways that we can go faster on, and we divert past these small towns that had so much character and things to offer, and we miss all of that stuff. Doing this trip and being forced to stop every 2.5 hours, 2 hours, to charge up, to get out of the car, stretch your legs, you look around at the little town you're in, and you see like Jan's Cafe, which has a lot of character in Lima, or any of the places that we go to, and you get to actually notice it.
And you get to meet people at the
You get to meet people, you get to talk to some locals. Yeah. It's, I think it brings back a bit of that old road trip, which, I mean, as a kid, Dad used to drive us to a lot of places. He did it the old school way, which he would never stop. But, you know, being able to stop and smell the roses along the way, it's a nice treat. And yes, it takes a little longer, but man, the sights, like this trip, that first time for me doing it, I could do this a lot of times. It's just so beautiful. Usually I prefer to drive at night because there's less cars, but this trip, a lot of cool stuff to see.
It was awesome. It was a lot of fun.
It was awesome.
What did you guys think?
Very nice.
Survived? You guys are like van life experts.
My
They
legs
thrive.
didn't get super sore this time. So
We're gonna do van life. That's what we're gonna do. We'll sell the house. We'll just
I feel like I have scoliosis.
scoliosis. You're learning yoga.
Is that brain damage?
There you go. You're welcome, kids. Oh, we made it. That one was really, really tight, but I knew we were fine. I've driven this road many times. No big deal. Now we're supercharging in Fort McLeod.
One.
This is our last supercharging pit stop. The next section home is about an hour and a half from here, so that will be no big deal. We'll just get enough range to make it home, and then we'll plug Cora in overnight, and you'll be...
Press T, return, or controller D-pad right to open chat.
You'll be back to, what, 90% for tomorrow morning?
Yeah. This is our snack box.
Look at our snack box. Because we had so much groceries left, Tammy compressed a whole bunch of stuff into one. We had a bunch of breakfast bars, like granola bars and and fruit
Cookies,
bars and
snacks.
cookies and snacks and everything's in here. We'll show you when
This is our van
we
life
get
box.
home what we'll do when we unload from van life. We'll just put everything in sort of one area in the house, and we'll just get a video shot of everything that we packed in here, along with the 6 of us. I mean, there's actually a lot of stuff in here.
It's pretty amazing.
It is, yeah.
And you know, hubby now I got the dishes, which I love. Can't wait to show you guys. We would have had tons of room.
For my wine wheel, which apparently I was told I couldn't bring
Because we didn't have room. We know now.
by you know who.
Yeah.
The one wheel fun killer. That's who.
You're so mean to me.
And really, the only questionable leg, or the only questionable spot I think that made me a little bit nervous, was the Great Falls, Montana back to Lethbridge. Going down is fine because usually the wind's blowing north to south, so it's not an issue for us. But coming back with a headwind, that is a long segment. It is
We
200.
just slowed down.
Yeah, we did. I mean, we got around it, but 297 kilometers. That's a long distance for us. In winter, I imagine it'll be the same thing, but there'll be different things going on then. So
They're supposed to have a supercharger on that route.
if all goes
by
well,
then.
we're going down again to Disneyland over Christmas break. So we'll let you know.
Yeah, and what route we're gonna take,
Yeah.
and it'll be exciting.
Oh yeah, we killed a lot of bugs. We are home now. We got to move some vehicles around, unload, get stuff put away. We'll catch up with you in a minute. I'll give you all the breakdown on the stats. Oh, it's good to be home. This is a lot of stuff, you guys. I'm not gonna. Let's take a look. Okay, this is all the stuff that we had in the X with ourselves. Check it out. Right here, umbrella for the beach. Our dishes, our new cutlery, Tammy's computer, groceries that came back. And then we get into the luggage section. Got that at Coke store. The luggage, balls to play with at Superchargers, more luggage. My stuff is just 2 bags, 1, 2. All of us, Tammy, Amelia, Ethan, Sammy, and Melissa. All of this. All of us in the Tesla Model X. That is an epic road trip. That is a lot. That's like a truckload of stuff. That would fill the back of our truck, and it all fit in the X. All right, we are home. Now we got to put all of this away. Oh, I'm sorry. I left you hanging. All right, guys, let's take a look at the breakdown by the numbers, the Calgary to Disneyland trip and back. On the way down, it took a total of 53 hours and 25 minutes. Not bad, considering we hit 12 superchargers and 2 destination chargers. The one was in Great Falls, Montana, and the other one was in Lethbridge at the PV Mart, which we needed to get to full so that we can get to Great Falls, Montana. That was the way down, 53 hours, 25 minutes. Not too bad, I'd say. Now, on the way back, we actually took a little more time. On the way back, we left Anaheim on Saturday morning. We made it back here. It's Monday evening. That travel time was 54 hours and 7 minutes. Again, that includes all of the stops. It includes the charging. It includes the hotel room stay. This was the hashtag van life trip where we actually didn't sleep the one night, or everybody slept in the van except the driver. I only slept at pit stops while we were charging. 54 hours, 7 minutes. Again, not bad, all things considered. We had a lot of fun on the trip, and the car did it. On the way back, it was only 10 superchargers and 2 destination charging stops because we didn't have to go to the airport at LAX to pick up our son, Ethan. He came back with us. Amazing trip. When you consider all the stuff that we brought back, all of us, the total cost of the trip, as I said, was leaving the house to get to the first charger in Fort Macleod, Alberta. It cost us about $6. That was our own electricity from the house that we put into Cora, the Model X. That gets us into the supercharger string, and from then on, it was all free. All the way down to Anaheim, all the driving we did at Anaheim, and all the driving back. It was over 5,500 kilometers. That's pretty good. That saved us on airfare. That allowed us to have more money to enjoy Disneyland with. All in all, it was good. Oh, and we'll be doing it again around Christmas. Biker out.